The men's 100 meter in Silesia is officially over, and although the world's fastest men all got together on one track, I should have expected there would be a whole bunch of carnage. And yes, that's what happened, because we had heats to finals, and Oblique Seville emerged as the victor. Emerged is definitely the best word for it, because he goes 983 in the final. Remember, there were 2 rounds. 987 is Kenny Bednarek behind him, and 993 is third, with Christian Coleman getting all the way up there to get that spot. He almost didn't even make it into the final, but I'm going to get to that part of the story in a moment. If you just want to talk about the Oblique situation, he's reasserting himself. He's making it look like if you want somebody to pick for World Ultimate who's not named Noah Lyles in the 100, it's going to be him. Makes sense, because they were at the top of the podium, and Kashane Thompson isn't there. So yes, they're the 2 best sprinters that we have in that event coming into that race going forward. But now let's get to the real story. If you go all the way back to the beginning, when you look at these 2 heats, I actually knew that I had to watch them. So I'm watching them back and seeing, who's actually qualifying and how did it work. Because we had a star-studded lineup in terms of who's run fast this year. Somebody was going to have to get left out. The people who are supposed to make the final. That's where my eyes were if they didn't. So the concerns came up immediately. Lachlan Kennedy, 985 at the Commonwealth. I didn't know if it was going to be legitimate in this Diamond League. Is he going to continue that form? And he didn't. He fades on back to the field. Emmanuel Eseme, he actually keeps it going, gets it to this final. He's in the group of guys who are running to get third. But fundamentally speaking, Lachlan Kennedy never really presented a threat. And we'll see how that goes going forward, whether it's a World Ultimate if he's there or, on the world stage next year, 2028. That's kind of where I'm seeing it. But then you get to the concerns, because Trayvon Bromell and Jordan Anthony, neither of which ran well in their heats. When I say didn't run well, I mean they really didn't run well. Now, in Jordan Anthony's case, he was dealing with an injury, actually didn't run at USA's as a result of it, and now he back on the circuit, he's competing. I guess he didn't run terrible for the first 40 meters or so, but I think he quickly realized he just didn't have it on that day, and things just started to get further and further away from him. Considering World Indoor till now, it's been a long season. Don't really know if he's even going to be at World Ultimate going forward, but he's going to have to run better than this if he plans on doing anything in a few weeks. Trayvon Bromell is different, because he also didn't run USA's. He was dealing with some things for his family, but he hasn't competed in a very long time, and it looked like it. I know that you kind of need races to kind of get in gear. So considering the lack of competition, being in race shape, I don't know if it was, anything affecting his body or so on and so forth, but actually just racing your way into form, you would have thought that these heats would have helped. But when you put that much firepower on the track, it didn't. He's eliminated. We could talk about other names if it makes us feel better. Sam Bleskowski, who, I'm probably going to say something in another video because he's switching his allegiance from America to Poland. He didn't make the final, but he made it look interesting. Skated through, and then you had the people who survived. Christian Coleman barely survives. He gets 5th in his heat. And that was the faster heat, so 3 people come out of the other section, 5 come out of the one that was incredibly quick. But he survives and then eventually gets 3rd in the final. Everyone else, Gifley Oklela, Akani Simbine, Andre DeGrasse, these are the usual suspects, the guys who mix it up, even Emmanuel Eseme. Ronnie Baker makes the final, and he ends up on the outside looking in. I think he's all the way at the bottom of the guys who go 997 and 993. So it was a blanket finish in that regard, but Oblique emerges. In the last 30-40, it's pretty clear that he separates. And it's all right, he's going to win this race. The announcer even said it. He's going to win this race. Kenny Bednarek, there was a moment in there I was is Kenny going to do it? Because I was maybe it's Grand Slam track, Kenny. He could do it. I've seen him beat Oblique in the past. I just haven't seen it since Grand Slam track Miami. GSC Miami is the last time I've seen Oblique and Kenny more or less next to each other and Kenny step away. What does any of this mean? But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comments section, because I try to read them all. Because it's just a Diamond League meeting, but this was a big one. They gave us a whole bunch of names. And I actually think you end up with a very unique perspective on what's actually happening at this point in the year. Because you have some people who are, their legs are kind of heavy. Like Bromell Glaive, he tried to make this final after winning Europeans, but winning Europeans and running here with these guys, not the same thing. Then you have those who are, dealing with injuries. like a Jordan Anthony, and we're kind of seeing what form he's in. Trayvon Bromell has to race his way into shape. That's another concern. I mean, as far as like competition shape, like I'm sure in training he's fine enough, but then you move the needle. Like Christian Coleman has been mixing it up this entire year. He's been in fields, but he's been struggling to emerge all the way at the top. And as far as I understand it, if he wants to run World Ultimate in the 100, it's not 100% of a lock the way that they set up the point structures, where running at World Championships is severely weighted compared to everything else. So if he wants to be there, he's probably going to have to figure out how to win some of these races, whether it's this one, the Diamond League Final, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go back and check the notes. The World Ultimate Journey, which we're going to treat it some version of a World Championship for what it is. I mean, the athletes talk about the prize money and so on. It still kind of feels, if we're looking forward, that if you know what to focus on, things are getting pretty predictable. There are the people who can go with the pace and the people who can't. I mean, Kenny Bednarek, he almost got top 3 in this race. He's had a very long season. He's at the point where he's just mixing it up, where you put him out there with the best. He's no longer coming out on top. There was a time when he was, and we saw him do it to Oblique twice for that matter. Maybe that's coming back. It just feels as if he's run too many races between the NCAA indoor season, the NCAA outdoor season, Prefontaine and everything else after the fact. And now, Commonwealth, this man at this point, you turn on the TV for any of these races, he's always there. Him being in the front, because I would assume that if World Ultimate is giving spots out to someone like him, that I guess he would be there. I mean, just going off head, it feels like he might be, but I don't know. I couldn't actually tell you. And when you throw it all on the board, question 1 is, did we see anybody today who can beat the version of Noah that you saw at the USA Championships? Because when he was in that 100-meter final, before the gun went off, you kind of knew he had it. You could lie to yourself, you could tell yourself, come up with some narrative that made you feel better, that other people had a shot, but they didn't. They did not really have a shot. So, Oblique Seville makes sense. He has a shot. Still don't have any confidence that Kenny Bednarek is coming to get him. Definitely don't have confidence that Christian Coleman is going to hold him off. As a result, if those are the people who are at the top in this meet, like when the dust settled, that's who was there. It's basically going to be Noah versus Oblique and some Americans, running behind him. When you consider Commonwealth and the impact of it, I mean, yes, some people have mixed it up. Giff, Leo Claylup, he might mix it up. Emmanuel Eseme might mix it up. Akani Simbine might mix it up. Andre DeGrasse is acting like he want to mix it up. I don't know if he's going to be at World Ultimate in the 100 or not. Couldn't tell you. I mean, again, the way the structure of who qualifies, because he's been kind of quiet in the 100 up until this year for a period of seasons leading up to it. But this race was a version of a preview. And I think my concern, the biggest one, is what happens if World Ultimate starts to look like this? If you end up with this level of carnage, talented athletes who show up to the meet, and for whatever reason, when the gun goes off, they just don't look like themselves. Because the season is long, you're putting it there. The structure on how we got here is very all over the place. It's different when everybody has a clear calendar where you hit this, you hit this, you hit this, you hit this. But when you got people running Commonwealth and, running, Diamond League stuff, the Diamond League essentially goes on a hiatus. USA Championships is over here. Some people don't go because it doesn't qualify you for anything. When you throw the names out there, because it felt like this is the big one when you looked at the names. And not everybody was ready to run. If we're just going to be as honest as we possibly can, not everyone was ready to run. It doesn't mean these people won't be ready to run in the future. Some people already showed us they were ready. Lachlan Kennedy, he showed us he was ready to run in the past. I mean, Trayvon Bromell showed us he was ready to run in the past. That's why he took down Oblique and he took down Noah at another point in the season. But for where we are now, what the calendar is looking like, what we're staring at, we don't know anymore. We're kind of throwing it at the board and you kind of have to go with who's hot. The feeling is that Oblique Seville generally doesn't let you down in the back part of the season. I mean, in terms of these circuit races, Diamond League circuit races in the back part of the year, I trust Oblique. World Championships, he won it last year, but things kind of got away from him in other years past. Noah Lyles is the same deal. When he's out there for the most part, he doesn't disappoint us. He was able to pull up to a USA indoor meet where you hadn't run the 60-meter dash at all and run a time that would have won him the USA indoors the year prior. Yes, some people went faster, but the point is, when I say he doesn't disappoint, he can come in cold, not run an event all season, and still be able to give you something as long as he's healthy and ready to go. The only time he's not gonna, fulfill the expectations is if injury or something like that gets in the way, which, it was the 200 meter at USA this year where he ended up pulling up midway through. Oblique Seville, because he's coming in as the champion, I can't really argue with the people who want to take him as the favorite. It just feels like the balance of power is kind of tipping back and forth between him and Noah. But Noah's the way he was controlling races specifically at USA's, we don't know if that energy is coming to World Ultimate. If it does, then he's running something like that guy. Because he's coming in there cold. He's not running races between now and then. If it matters, it matters for a bunch of other athletes, then maybe you don't take Noah. But if it doesn't matter, and if he really is able to get back to training and running exactly the way he wants to, and can give you a version of what that guy was at USA's, because that guy was prime Noah in the 100. That's what you were watching. If prime Noah shows up here, good luck out there. Highly doubt that anybody in the world can run with him. This Silesia Diamond League was probably the closest thing we're going to get. People are going to start dropping off. If you know you're going to World Ultimate, I'm pretty sure that whether it's Zurich, whether it's, the Diamond League final, like these meets that are coming, people are likely going to start picking and choosing their spots. And some of those spots they're going to decide are not worth choosing. If World Ultimate and that $150K prize money is what you're going after, let's be real, only a few people actually have the talent to go get it. But if you really want it, the people who have to keep running just to get on the line for World Ultimate, y'all are different. We gonna see y'all at a Diamond League final because you ain't got no choice in the matter. But the pecking order is pretty established. That the Americans, they beat up on each other because they can't all make it to the top. We have the world beaters, of which Oblique Seville is one of them. And then you have the chase pack, who generally speaking have proven that the rest of the pack has gotten faster, but just not fast enough to go with the guys who are going to set the pace. And for what we just witnessed in Silesia, it's pretty clear that the world's fastest men, or specifically the fastest man in that race, is exactly who we thought he was. Track and field isn't just about winning. It's about doing it in the one race that actually matters. Because real champions already know that the final gets quiet. Get track and field gear like the Final Gets Quiet shirt as a part of the championship collection at CoachRobTrack.com. Or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.